Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, and I am your English teacher on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So today I'm going to take this opportunity to show you something that is really important in the methodology that we're going to be taking into consideration and putting into practice in the following weeks. This Saturday, we are not going to have classes, and that's why I have thought about doing this, because it would be a really nice chance for us to connect in a very different way, right? Because we're not face to face, but we're still connecting and we're still having this process of learning and teaching at the same time. Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to a methodological, I think it's like that. I'm not pretty sure, but no worries. Everybody makes mistakes. That's okay. I'm going to introduce you to these methods and something that is called flipped classroom. We're going to be talking about that, and we're also going to be showing how to work on this methodology, and we're going to be putting that into practice in order to do that. I'm sorry, I was interrupted. That is going to happen a couple of times because there is a lot of people that are going to come to me in order to ask me questions, but that's okay. Okay, we're just going to start talking about what flipped classroom, what the definition of flipped classroom is, and we're also going to be expanding knowledge and, of course, talking about the activities that we must develop. Okay, so first, we're going to talk about what flipped classroom is and why it's my idea to do this with you, specifically with the class that I have from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Agosto branch. I think when we don't have classes on Saturday, which is not like a good thing, because it would be really nice for me to have, but we have holidays, we have events, we have different things that happen. We're going to take into consideration this approach in order to not lose any type of connection or to not lose the rhythm of the teaching learning experience. Okay. So first, what is flipped classroom? Let's go with the definition of it. A flipped classroom is a type of blended learning where students are introduced to content at home and practice working through it at school. This is the reverse of the more common practice of introducing new content at school, then assigning homeworks and projects to be completed by the students independently at home. So basically what flipped classroom means is that the systematic steps that we were taking before are going to be taken in a different way now. So we're going to be introduced to content through these tutorial videos, and in school, for example, in Charlotte English School, we're going to be practicing and reviewing and having feedback of this content that we have been already introduced. Okay, so what are the advantages of working with the flipped classroom methodology? Opportunities, it brings opportunities to teachers and to teach, of course, through video, and then clarify the next day, or in this case, it would be the next class in person. Improved student access to content, potential for family support, emphasis on student self-direction, ongoing access to content for all students, review students' absences. So one of the advantages of this is that it's going to provide us, and it's going to help us develop autonomous learning, which is an incredible learning that students, of course, can develop. Disadvantages: significant front-end work by the teacher, need for technology and bandwidth for all students, increased screen time, not engaging for all students, not all homes are equally supported for students. So for example, one of the disadvantages is when you have no access to technology, which I think is not the case for my group on Saturdays. I think everybody in that group has access to technology. So I think that disadvantage should be taken up because we do have access to technology. Another disadvantage could be that people do not engage in the material that I'm providing. That's why it is really important that all these students are involved in this methodology. And that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. And that's what I'm going to require from you as well. Okay, so let's go to a little bit more extended definition of it. A flipped classroom is a type of blended learning where students are introduced to content at home and practice working through it at school. This is the reverse of the more common practice of introducing your content in school, then assigning homework and projects to be completed by the students independently at home. Okay. In this blended learning approach, face-to-face interaction is mixed. So what we're gonna do now with this tutorial and with the videos that we're going to provide you with is that the interaction is going to be mixed. We're not going to have classes on Saturday face-to-face because of the holiday, but I'm going to provide you with this video so you can actually be part of, in advance, be part of more asynchronous and a part class, let's say, but you're also going to be practicing the topics that you were supposed to be practicing in the previous class, okay? This means that the video that I'm providing you with is just like help for you, you know? I don't want you to stop in the process of learning. It's like you're not gonna see me in a couple of weeks, and I don't want that to be a problem or an issue or kind of a complication for you. I want you to keep practicing, and that's why I'm providing you with this video. Okay, so that's everything that I can say about flipped classroom. I'm going to give you some extra resources in here that you can check at home, that you can read. I'm going to provide you with 3 videos which you can watch and learn learn more profoundly what the flipped classroom is. Okay, so the goal for this unit is, or for this class, I'm sorry, is to introduce you to the important concept of flipped classroom and its important in current methodological and pedagogical methodologies. And of course, we're going to go through the content that you're going to develop at home, okay? So basically, this is going to be the goal for this tutorial video. And let's just get into it. First, explaining what flipped classroom is. I already did this. Show the exercises of the books and ask them to work on the ID card. Now, let's go to what is next for us, okay? In the previous class, we were talking about, let's see, in the previous class, we were working on the listening exercises. I think you have to finish these 2 exercises, you know, you have to put the words in the correct order to make sentences. We're going to check on this in the next class. And exercise 9, it's about write 3 sentences about yourself using the prompts from 1 to 6. Use one of these words or phrases in each sentence. You know, so you have to write 3 sentences about yourself. For example, number 1, I like to hang out with my friends. What are you going to say? Every weekend, most days, now and then, often, once, twice, 3 times a year, rarely, usually. So you're going to use all of these frequency expressions to talk about things that are true. You know, I don't want you to talk about things that are not true. So let's make an example of how this exercise can be done. So let's look at some sample answers. Let's say number 1, I hang out with my friends every weekend. Note that it's not common to use a number of frequency unless we state where or when. I often hang out with my friends at the weekend. Okay, let's see another example. Number 2, I go on holiday every now and then. And this is how you can, in the book or in a separate sheet of paper, make this exercise. Okay, we're going to be reviewing this in class, and of course I'm going to provide you with the feedback that is necessary for grammar or for vocabulary or for anything that has to be improved. Okay, now in this stick-up part we can of course work on it in face-to-face class. Now we are in the speaking part, right? So in the speaking part, as we are not in person, you know, I want you to write in a separate sheet of paper. And this is something that I'm going to write in here. Students, I'm going to write in here. Students at home must write all answers in a separate sheet of paper and bring it to the next face to face class. Okay, So what are we going to do now is that in order to practice all of these exercises, we are going to write all of our answers in a separate sheet of paper, and we're going to bring that sheet of paper to class, and we're going to work on the answers that you have reading on that paper. Okay? So we got questions like, what answers would you give to these questions? Like name, family name, full name, surname. Okay? First name, second name, middle name, and nickname. Example, my name. My name is Maikel. Right? Family name, Iriarte. Full name, Maikel Alexander Iriarte Salon. Surname, Iriarte. First name, Maikel. Second name, Alexander. Oh my God, I just got complicated. So we're not gonna get complicated in this part. So I am a little, not like a little confused, but I don't actually remember what is the meaning of second name is, because I know that middle name is my last name, their family name, or the name that comes after the first name before their family name. Okay, it could be both of them. It could be Alexander or it could be the other part. So very good on that part. Middle name, Iriarte, and my nickname is Mike. Many of my friends and people that I work with and interact with call me Mike, which is not really good because, you know, I was talking to a student the other day and she said that she had a dog that was called Mike. And I was talking to another person the other day and she also said that they had a cat that was called Mike, but it's okay, you know. Now, on the second part, you know, the part that says speak up, we got personal information. For this personal information, I was thinking about working on an ID card. You know, the ID card has to be something like this. If this is something that you have to make yourself, like you have to create this ID card, you have to put your picture in it, you have to put your full name, you have to put your address, your town, your postcode, your email, and any other important information. So an exercise in this case would be that, you know, that would be something like students must create an ID card with the specifications of the book. Okay. And if the students want to add more information, they could do it. Okay. So this has to be brought, in the following face-to-face class. So for example, the following face-to-face class will be the next Saturday, March 3rd. Okay, so I'm gonna put here, March 30, 2024. Okay, March 30, 2024, you have to bring this ID card. And this is how we're gonna work on this information. Now, we have all of these useful language over here. For example, that is because is language that we can use for giving reason and example. We can use because, we can use as. As is commonly used when we want to use an example to show something that we stated before. And one reason is, it can be all of these expressions right here can be to show examples or to give a further explanation of something that we have already stated. Okay, so I'm not going to the park because it is raining. You know, I'm giving a reason. With us, as we are working right now, actually, let me look for some examples to expand that later. But I think this useful language is something that we can review at home. I'm gonna look for some articles to send you so you can review and look at the information there. Actually, I'm going to do that because I think it would be better if we could just do that, you know? Oh, let me see. Because I was looking for information like giving reasons in English, but I didn't find anything. It's like both, because of, ways of giving reasons in English. Giving reason, Voice of America. So let's check what these articles have to provide you with. Okay, clauses. I listen every day because I want. Okay, because is a really good thing, good way, sorry, to give reasons. And I think I'm going to send you these articles and you can check. Okay, so that part of giving reasons is something that we can personally check in class, and I think it would be better if we do. So I'm going to provide you with our article so you can read it. I have read this article before, so it's okay. Imagine you want to describe when you did something or when something happened, when it worked, you want to talk about a reason. So in this article, you're going to find some really good resources that I'm going to help. Yeah. Okay. Now let's continue with what we were talking about. So in the next part, you're gonna have different listening and speaking exercises. You know, as we said, the purpose of this page of the book or of this part of the unit is to have a speaking class. I told you already that you could work on the answers on a separate sheet of paper, and in the class, of course, we can work in the speaking part. Okay, so we're gonna just follow the instructions of the exercise number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we're gonna follow the instructions of this exercise, and we're just gonna make, for example, we're just gonna do it. For example, let's go to the exercise number 3, if I'm not mistaken. So you're going to listen, right? You're going to listen to Elsa and Shane answering these interview questions. What are the interview questions? Where do you live? Where do you come from? Who gives the best answers and why? So a simple answer or of something that you could do on your paper, it could be something like this. Shane gives the best answer because they're fuller, longer. Elsa's answers are too short and don't show much language. This is something, for example, that you could write on that separate sheet of paper, and we're going to discuss in the class on March 3rd. Okay. Then we have working pairs. How could, so basically what you're gonna do in this part is answer all of the questions writing on this separate sheet of paper, because we're going to discuss all of these answers in the following class that we have on March 30. How could the students in exercise 3 improve their answers? Think about information, descriptions, and reasons they could add. Okay, all of these answers are going to be written down, and then we're going to discuss it in class in person. Then we have listen to Elton Shin answering another interview question. Who gives the best answer this time? Why? What is the question? The question would be, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? Then we have working first. Read the useful language. How could the other student in exercise 5 improve their answer? Think about examples, opinions, and reasons they could add. So you're going to answer this question on this separate sheet of paper. You're going to bring it to the class and we're going to discuss. Okay. Number 7, working first. Take turns to answer the questions in exercise 3 and 5. For example, in this case, we're gonna be having a discussion, so no worries about that. And when we are in point number 8, we're gonna say student A, turn to the page, whatever. These are instructions, for example, that we're gonna follow in class, yeah? And as an extra, and to finish this activity, we're going to work in pairs. So we're gonna ask and answer the questions. And you're going to give me reasons and or examples. Remember that these reasons, this useful language giving reasons and examples is going to be expanded in the class. We're going to make some examples first. We're going to be working on the speaking part. And at the end of the activity of the lesson, we are going to be answering these questions, providing reasons or examples. Okay, this is what we're going to do. So for this week, girls, I want you please to practice this. I want you to do all of these activities that I've told you. Please work on the ID card information that you have to bring from the following class. That is something that will also be discussed in the class. And also, please check this document, which I'm going to send you right away. Okay, so check all of the information, the articles, the videos I've sent you, and I'm gonna see you in the next class. Thank you very much. Have a very nice holiday. Take care.